So apparently a million people are set to protest on April 5th, and I want to let all black people know, sit your black asses down. You're not moving. You're not going nowhere. This is not our fight. Let a million of their people go out there and let's see how law enforcement handles them, okay? You all sit your black asses down. This is not our fight. They had the chance to align themselves with us back in November. They made their choice. They voted for how they wanted to vote for. So let them go and march. Let them go and protest. Let them go and rally. Let them go shed their blood, sweat, and tears. You stay your black asses inside, okay? Thank you.
April 5th is coming. And before anybody starts romanticizing protest, let me just say it plain as day. No confusion. We are not going out there. Not this time. We are not going out there. A whole lot of people are planning to hit the streets, right? I know y'all have heard the buzz. Chants, signs, cameras, emotions are going to be high. I get it. Hell, I've been out there before. But the last time we marched, what happened? They tear gassed us, shoved elders to the ground, committed vandalism, and then blamed us. They shot rubber bullets at kids, and then had the nerve to call us violent. We showed up with our voices. They showed up with riot gear. We screamed, "Don't shoot," and they loaded that clip anyway. And let's be clear, this administration, they've let us know in no uncertain terms, Black people in the street equals threat. They're looking for a reason to vilify us. They're waiting for a headline to twist. They're hoping for a camera angle that's going to justify their brutality. And what do we get in return? A quote tweet, a statement, maybe a mural? But no safety, no justice, no peace. So no, we're not marching this time. We're not going to give them the photo op that they so desperately want. We're not playing into that cycle. We're not going to give them the excuse that they're so desperate for. We're protecting our people. We're staying home. We're building offline. We're organizing smarter. Because we don't need to be in the streets to prove that our rage is real. So let them march. Let them bait. Let them spin the same tired narratives. But don't let them turn your Blackness into a threat on live TV. April 5th, we sit back. We step back. We stay safe. Because survival is resistance too.
And just a reminder to my fellow white people, you are not an ally if Black men and Black women are telling you that they are not going to protest on April 5th because it will put their lives in harm's way and you throw a tantrum. Saying, oh, we all have to work together. Shouldn't we all come together? We the people. Don't you care about the future, about the children, about the time to come together was at the election. We failed them. So now their rest is their resistance, and they are staying home and staying safe as they should because their lives are too precious to put on the line. And what would cost me and people who look like me getting yelled at or at the worst tear gas, which isn't likely, would cost them their physical lives. And they've already been giving those lives for centuries in this country for all the rights that we enjoy. So it is our turn to step up and to speak up. And honestly, if you're telling them that they should go to that protest, you're an op and not an ally.
What's up, America? How are you doing? It's your boy, Mr. TA, and I'm back with another interesting episode. April 5th is coming, and Americans are organizing a protest that will be protesting against Trump administration. But it seems like many Black people won't join that protest because of many different reasons. So I've put together a bunch of videos for you guys to watch. Black people, Black Americans are talking about the reason why they're not going to join the protest that will happen on April 5th. But before we get into the video, I want you guys to give this video a like. And those viewers who have not yet subscribed, please remember to smash on that subscribe button. And remember to click on that notification bell icon so that whenever you upload a video, you'll be the first one to watch it. Now let's get right into the video.
Yo, what's up, y'all? So check it out. We are not protesting April 5th. Every Black person, keep your behind at home. They're trying to do a mass protest, and I'm not the only one that's feeling like that this is a setup, and this could lead to martial law that they're trying to basically make happen. It's a setup, y'all. Listen, let these white people and let these MAGA people fight themselves. All right? We ain't helping nobody out. Y'all ended up voting for this fool. And guess what? Now we're in this predicament. But they're trying to do a 2 million plus man protest march on April 5th. Nope, we ain't doing it. We're not doing it. So share this with everybody and let them know to stay at home April 5th. All right? Eat you some popcorn, watch a movie, go and hang out with your friends or whatever, but we ain't protesting. We ain't doing it. Nope, this is not our fight. And guess what? They should have listened, but they didn't. So now they're going to have to suffer.
I live right outside of Washington, D.C., and I ain't going to no march. You know we're not going. So for the 92%, what are we going to do?
So apparently there is this hands-off protest that's happening in a couple of days in response to the Trump administration. And there have been a number of Black people who have gone on social media and instructed other Black people to not go to the protest, in which some non-Black and Black people have gotten on social media responding to those calls and saying that they are just wrong for instructing Black people, telling Black people, asking Black people not to do this, because we need to come together. This is the time when we need to let our voices be heard together. And my response to that is simple. In this particular situation, I'm not going to tell you what I think you should do. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get up at about 12 o'clock, go get me a large pizza, a bottle of Hennessy, and watch Insecure. I will not be going. Because here's the thing. We thought we were in this together on November 5th. We showed up and we showed out. 86% of us showed out. 96% of Black women. And you see the poll numbers here, how everyone else voted. So this does not mean that Black people will not continue to mobilize, will not continue to organize, will not continue to fight against and protest and march, but not on this day, not for me. It's your turn. Black people have been protesting. We have been marching. We have been voting. And after we are put on the back burner time and time again, we are then expected to stand on the front lines and save us. Not this time. Not for me.
Listen, I don't know what's going on, man, but every time I click on this app, this is why I love TikTok. This is why I love this TikTok app, man. And like, I try to do 3 TikToks a day. That's how much I love TikTok app. Every time I click on here, I discover something freaking new. So it just came across my For You page that April 5th of 2025, there's going to be some type of multi-million people march, and it's saying for us to keep our Black butts at home. I don't know if that means Black men, Black women, or us as a whole, for us to stay our Black butt at home, find something safe to do. What is the world coming to, man? What is the world coming to where we got to stay our Black butts at home? Now, I'm not for sure, but I do know it's a lot of stuff going on. But to see videos, I seen 3 today on my For You page saying about this march on April 5th to stay our Black butts at home. I'm not the smartest person in the world, even though I do hang out over here a lot on TikTok. Can somebody please, in my comments, man, tell me what's going on? Why is it that we need to stay our tails at home on April 5th? What type of march is going on? I looked at 3 of the TikToks today. I didn't go too far into it because I've been doing other stuff over on my other platforms. But what's going on March 5th, man, where we need to stay our Black butts at home and stay our butts out of these streets? Because it's basically saying that if we go out in these streets on April 5th, that something is going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, but can somebody please let me know in the comments if you guys know what's going on April 5th. That way, if I know, I can share it with other people on my other platforms. Thank you.
Now, because I have a few of you in my DMs asking if I'm going to be going to the worldwide day against Trump actions on Saturday. And the short answer is hell yeah. I come from a long line of ancestors that did not take no shit. They were civil rights lawyers. They ran for public office. They marched. They protested. Like they got down, right? And if I decided to sit down and do nothing, instead of rolling in their graves, they would probably resurrect and knock me upside my head. Like they just didn't play around. So if I decide to play around, they're not going to like that. And I be asking them for stuff sometimes. And I don't want to be held to account. They're going to ask me why I was sent home being lazy. That's just me and my ancestors and my family, right? I was already planning to go to something that day anyway. The Jacksonville Palestine Solidarity Network is having a land day event. So I was already planning to be outside April 5th anyway. And now I'm looking for actions in my city and other cities. And of course, I'll share them with you guys as well. Today, I'm about to go to an action to stop a morgue that's literally being built in my community, a Black community, next to a literal school. And then after that, I'm going to an action around 3 p.m. to stand against a hateful anti-immigrant legislation that City Council here is passing locally.
This is my message to Black Americans who are watching me right now. Let me first remind you that you have been protesting against many things. You have protested during Black Lives Matter and even in more other protests. So after the protest, what were the results? You were tear gassed. Some of you guys were imprisoned. Others were unalived. So I think it's not worth it. First of all, protesting is not worth it. These white MAGAs, the white folks, they have voted for the orange man. And I think they're the one who should also deal with the consequences that came with their candidate. That's why you should give them the floor and let them protest. And this will also be a good way of testing the government. It will be a good way of you seeing how the government will treat those white protesters. Will they also be tear gassed? Will they be imprisoned? Will they be shot with those rubber bullets? Or they will be given a floor to demonstrate? Yes, it will be a good way of testing the government, whether the government will treat those white protesters the same way they treated black protesters. And I think that I can say is that the energy which is being used to organize this protest would have been used to support Kamala Harris. I'm pretty sure that if Kamala Harris was the president, he wouldn't be talking about this topic. So black folks, my fellow black folks, I want you guys to stay indoors during this coming protest. Stay in your house, clean your house, take care of your pets, go for your hobby, read a book if you read a book, watch the news and see how the protest will be going. But please, please don't join them. I don't want to hear any black person being unalived during that protest. I don't want to hear any black person being treated like how they treated George Floyd. That's why you guys should stay in your house on that day. We're gonna see the result. They might be trapping you into going out. Then after going out, the government may apply martial law. And with that martial law, they'll be allowed to do whatever they want. And that's it for today. My name is Mr. TA. If you have not yet subscribed, please remember to smash on that subscribe button. See you next time. Ciao.